The candidates for Student Government Association are going head-to-head for the final time. We'll show you what each slate is saying just days before the election.
And Ball State music students are getting to show off unique abilities, how the musicians are making a university concert their own.
And the snow is on its way out the door, but those colder temperatures are going to be here to stay, but they're going to be even dropping into the overnight hours. More details coming up on my full weather.
From the heart of Ball State University, live from the Unified Media Newsroom, NewsLink Indiana starts right now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Logan Rivera.
And I'm Madison Surface. Thanks for being with us. We begin tonight with an updated statement from the university regarding the decision to remove Shaheen Borna from the classroom for the rest of the semester.
University spokesperson Kathy Wolf says, quote, Dr. Borna will not be teaching classes for the remainder of the semester. This decision is in the best interest of Dr. Borna and the university. The dean of the Miller College of Business, in consultation with the provost, made this decision to ensure that we provide continuity in the curriculum, eliminate any unnecessary distractions, and help our students complete the appropriate coursework.
The Student Government Association held their final debate of the 2020 election cycle tonight. The entire slates answered questions about a variety of topics.
NewsLink Indiana's Tyler Brummett was there and is live tonight in the newsroom. Tyler, what was talked about?
Well, once again, we really heard a lot discussed there, Logan, and tonight was, as you said, the final chance for the three slates to really be heard and to get their points out there. So you might be wondering what exactly was talked about. Well, some of the points that were talked about specifically was that controversial Greek life bill that passed at the end of last semester. That topic really dominated a huge part of tonight's debate. The three slates in the debate are Orem, Bold, and Alliance, and of course they are getting ready before Monday and Tuesday's election. But there were several other topics that were discussed. Another hot button issue was how the slates feel about the university's plan it recently released to not only get students to enroll at BSU, but to also keep them here. Here's what the three slates had to say.
I think that our inclusive plan can do a little bit more on the personable side. I feel like it's much more a business plan than it is really appeasing what the students need.
There's still going to be changes implemented, and she's still connecting and reaching out with different organizations, different universities to ensure that this plan is better.
And I think it is a big part of it needs to be reaching out to students to say incoming freshmen need to see you, and that's a big reason why I want this.
Head to the polls. Here's what they need to know. Voting will begin on Monday, February 17th. It will begin at 8 a.m. Polls will close Tuesday night at 5 p.m. The results are scheduled to come out at 5:30. Of course, NewsLink Indiana, we're going to continue to stay on top of this. And also, we heard obviously tonight from the three slates, but this isn't the last time you're going to hear from them. Tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock on our sister show, Waking Up with Cardinal Weather, the three slates, they're going to be joining us live. They're going to be talking about their specific points, and they're also going to have a chance to kind of, get their personality out there and to kind of talk with students. So again, guys, really a lot happening, and we're going to continue to keep you updated. We'll have more on Monday and Tuesday as this election cycle continues. We'll go and send it back to you there in the studio.
Tyler Brummett live for us tonight in the newsroom. Tyler, thank you.
Meanwhile, on the political stage, the Iowa Democratic Party is looking for a new chairperson just over a week after the state's caucus chaos. Chairman Troy Price resigned and took responsibility for the reporting problems and delayed full count. Price had previously defended the delay. He says he will call an emergency meeting of the state central committee to select an interim chair. That person will oversee the recanvass.
With Iowa and New Hampshire out of the way, the Democratic candidates look to other states. Ryan Nobles tells us some presidential hopefuls are riding a wave of support, while others are looking to turn things around.
Bernie Sanders is not wasting any time.
This victory here is the beginning of the end for Donald Trump.
On the heels of his narrow win in New Hampshire, the Vermont senator is embracing the role of frontrunner and setting his sights on the road ahead.
I believe we're going to win in Nevada. I think we're going to win in South Carolina. I think we're going to win a whole lot of states on Super Tuesday.
Sanders has plans to crisscross the country in the coming days, making stops not only in Nevada, the next state on the calendar, but also Super Tuesday states like North Carolina, Texas, and Colorado. And as he takes up the mantle as the leader, he's also taking incoming heat from his opponents, including the runner-up in New Hampshire, Pete Buttigieg, who's echoing a critical push from the Culinary Union in Nevada, attacking Sanders' Medicare for All plan.
Senator Sanders' message that he's going to erase those plans and replace them with a single government plan for everybody is going to be, I think, a very tough sell among voters who want to have that choice.
Following his second-place finish, Buttigieg's campaign announcing plans to expand staff in Nevada and releasing a new television ad in the state focused on health care. And he's not the only one.
Hello, America. I'm Amy Klobuchar, and I will beat Donald Trump.
Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar seeking to capitalize on her surprise third-place finish to raise money and launching 2 ads of her own in Nevada.
We have a president who thinks everything is about him. His tweets, his golf courses, his ego.
Meanwhile, both Elizabeth Warren and Joe Biden are looking to regroup after disappointing showings in New Hampshire, vowing they are in the race for the long haul.
And we are just getting started.
Biden counting on more diverse Democratic electorates in Nevada and South Carolina to help give his campaign a much-needed jolt.
Vice President Biden has been in this race the candidate who's been able to rally that support, build that coalition. These are the voters that we're going to need to turn out to beat Donald Trump.
That was Ryan Nobles reporting. Joe Biden says votes will come in for him once the primaries move to states with significant African American populations.
Meanwhile, President Trump appears to have a big financial advantage over Democrats so far this campaign season. Trump and the Republican National Committee raised upwards of $60 million last month. That means Trump and the RNC have more than $200 million going into the general election as of now. In comparison, Senator Sanders has raised the most money out of his Democratic rivals at just $25 million.
The Senate is working to reduce the president's military action against Iran. It passed an Iran Powers Act today. The bipartisan vote was 55 to 45, and the measures of this act will force Donald Trump to get congressional approval first. Next, the House has to approve it. But Trump has the option to veto the votes if they are passed by both houses. In a tweet yesterday, Trump says, "If my hands were tied, Iran would have a field day."
Well, it seems like that heated situation with Iran is finally cooling down. And on top of that, it seems like the weather around here is cooling down too. What do you think, Madison?
Yes, I could not agree more. I did not enjoy the snow falling on me as I walked in today. Jordan, what do you have for us with the weather?
Well, as far as the weather goes, we have been seeing a little bit of some flurries this evening, and that those flurries will be dying down mostly for our area right now. But if you take a look at the radar over the past few hours, we've had some concentrations of snow up towards the north in the Indianapolis area. Muncie, we're seeing a little bit less snow. It is clearing off for the most part. But accompanying that snow, we've had some colder temperatures and some pretty strong winds. Winds more moderate from the northwest at 12 miles per hour around 12 a.m. for tomorrow. And then when we go on into the early morning hours tomorrow morning, we'll start to see those winds die down just a little bit. And as we get into towards the afternoon hours, those winds calming down just a little bit more. So we have to deal with a little bit more wind as far as tonight and this evening goes, but we should be cooling down just a little bit as far as the wind goes. But those temperatures will stay rather cold throughout tomorrow.
The CDC confirms a 15th case of the novel coronavirus in the United States. The most recent case is in Texas, and the patient is currently under quarantine. The CDC is now remaking test kits for the virus. The initial tests were shipped to several states, but some produced inconclusive results. Officials say they're not sure when the new kits will be available. There are more than 60,000 cases worldwide, and the global death toll is at more than 1,300. In Japan, the health minister confirms 44 new cases on board the Diamond cruise ship. Nearly 4,000 passengers and crew members have been trapped on the quarantined boat for over a week. The total number of confirmed cases on that ship is 219. Despite the coronavirus outbreak in Asia, the 2020 Summer Olympic Games are still scheduled to take place in Tokyo. Olympic organizers confirm there are no plans to cancel the Games, and they say they're working to take all necessary precautions for both athletes and visitors.
Ball State music students are putting together their own flair for their performances. We'll show you how.
And another musician makes a big difference in a college student's life. Which pop star is helping out a student in need and why? That's next.
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, Mitts will take you there.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
The School of Music held their Tom Shaw Memorial Jazz Scholarship Award concert Wednesday night. The concert offered students a unique opportunity to show off their writing and composition skills.
Music fills the classroom as students prepare for their upcoming concert featuring original music. Claire Everett spoke of the excitement.
It came to me because I wanted a tune that captured my the happiness I get from my affinity for excitement and high energy.
Charlie Platts explained the difficulties.
A lot of people don't realize that when you write a piece for a big band, you're writing for 17 or 18 people that each individually have a part and they all have to work together.
And Errol Slavic described that feeling of composing original music.
I'd say the best thing is seeing it come to life, you know, and actually hearing your own creation being played by others. And it's really a great feeling. I've never experienced it up until this semester.
The three musicians and composers were able to experience that feeling later that night in Sursa Hall. Claire Everett's song Euphoria, Charlie Platt's song The Stranger, and Errol Slavic's song Struttin' filled the auditorium with the sound of creativity and originality. In Muncie, Logan Salzbrenner, NewsLink, Indiana.
The Tom Shaw Jazz Scholarship was awarded to Errol Slavic at the end of the concert. The award was given in honor of the School of Music alumnus Tom Shaw. For more information regarding Ball State's School of Music, you can visit Ball State's website.
And another musician makes a big donation to a college student and her philanthropic work. That's Justin Bieber.
New Jersey college student Julie Coker is an advocate for mental health awareness. So much so that she is the president of the Stockton chapter of Active Minds, a national organization to destigmatize mental health. Bieber found out about her advocacy and sent her a check for $100,000. Coker says she's still in shock, and this money will help her pursue something that she never thought was possible, a master's degree.
Man, Logan, Justin Bieber just melts my heart.
Well, he may melt your heart, but is he enough to melt this winter weather? Jordan, what can you tell us?
Well, I sure hope it's enough to melt this winter weather. Just take a look at those current temperatures right now. It's a bit of a mixed bag right here. Temperatures down to low teens, such as in areas in Lafayette, 11 degrees in Lafayette, up to 19 degrees in Fort Wayne, and 19 degrees in Shelbyville as well. I'll have more details coming down up in my full weather.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Or maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all. If I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars. Really tall. I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands? Yes. You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out?
Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
One in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother, you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse,
Yes.
you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, pre-diabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
It may be feeling and looking like a winter wonderland out there, but global climate records show this January was the hottest on record.
And these records go back 141 years. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration says record warm temperatures were seen across the globe. In fact, there were no record cold temperatures reported for January anywhere in the world. But here in central Indiana, it's been feeling pretty chilly, Logan.
And it's only going to get chillier. Jordan, what can you tell us about these freezing temperatures?
Well, as for right now, we have to deal with this freezing temperature just for a little bit longer, but taking a look right now for our current temperatures here in Muncie. Temperatures at 17 degrees with winds from the west-northwest at 15 miles per hour. Those feel like temperatures down 15 degrees due to that wind chill that we've been experiencing throughout the evening. But hopefully those wind chills are feeling a little bit better as we go out throughout the evening. But look at the 24-hour temperature change. Down 12 degrees in Fort Wayne, 16 degrees in Shelbyville, 21 degrees in both Terre Haute and Lafayette. So you can just get a sort of a feel for how those temperatures have been changing over the past 24 hours. And they'll continue to change as we continue on into tomorrow. But look at the wind gusts at 14 miles per hour. Later this evening. Then when we move out into Friday around noon, those winds start to die down just a little bit. And then as we move on into the later hours on Friday, those winds can get a little bit more on the calm side. Still some light winds up towards the north, such as in South Bend at 6 miles per hour. But they will be dying down as we move into tomorrow. But those wind chills down to -8 degrees and Friday around 12 a.m. tomorrorow. -8 in Portland, -9 in Winchester, -11 in Marion and around 8 a.m. tomorrow. And then increasing a little more about to the 0 point as far as temperatures go. But when we reach the afternoon hours, we start to peak up above 0, 3 in Winchester, 4 degrees in Muncie. But our precision gas right now, we see some snow bands are still in the area right now. Not so much in Muncie, we are more seeing a little bit more cloud cover. But up towards the north in Fort Wayne, they're seeing just a little bit more snow, but that snow will clear off into early hours tomorrow morning and fully cleared off into the afternoon hours once you reach afternoon on Friday. Just more clear skies once we reach the afternoon hours. But once we reach about Saturday, about 1 p.m. on Saturday, we do see some more clouds begin to make their way towards us and accumulate a little bit more with some more snow up towards the north in Fort Wayne and Michigan area. But over the next 12 hours, temperatures in a free fall, temperatures at 15 degrees at 12 a.m., dropping down to 9 degrees at 8 a.m. before we start to see that slight increase at 10 a.m. tonight at 10 degrees at 10 a.m. But moving on to tonight, temperatures at 9 degrees for our low tonight, winds from the northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour, so some very moderate winds. Mostly cloudy conditions. Tomorrow, 19 degrees, those clouds decreasing throughout the day, so a little bit more sunshine later in the afternoon hours. But now our 7-day forecast temperatures on Saturday, 37 degrees for a high, 40 on Sunday, some more sunny conditions. Monday, some more clouds return and precipitation chances. Back in the forecast, 45 on Monday, 48 on Tuesday, then back down to freezing for the middle of next week.
Terrific. Well, it seems like that weather is going to drop a little bit, then we're going to get a little bit of a heat increase here. That's looking pretty good for us, and especially for you, since you're so chilly in the newsroom today.
Yes, I definitely prefer the warmer weather. That's no secret. And, you know, while it is cold tonight, we've got a busy weekend for Cardinal sports coming up, starting right here in Worthing.
Blackbird boys swimming team racks up yet another record. That's next in sports.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to theshelterpetproject.org and meet a few who are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to theshelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Problems. The ones nobody talks about at cocktail parties.
We go looking for them. No matter the obstacles, no matter the odds, we surround a community's most critical problems, and we fight. United Way fights for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in every community. Will you?
It doesn't take a scientist to cure hunger or a fancy economist to create safe housing. It takes imagination, creativity, sweat equity. When I think of kids going to school hungry, hunger, homelessness, in this land of plenty, seriously? Come on, we could fix this. Help out, or don't. The choice is yours.
Weeknights, NewsLink Indiana brings you the news before you go to bed.
But Friday mornings, you're waking up with Cardinal weather. We've got the latest news headlines.
Freezing temperatures have set in all the way down in Louisiana.
One man dead after flooding in Venice, Italy.
Up to the minute weather conditions.
Cold temperatures are the story this morning.
And of course, lots of fun.
Andy Keister, former cheerleader, up top right here.
I do have, I don't know if you can see a toucan this morning.
Toucan, the Fruit Loop guy.
Join us Friday mornings at 8 on Facebook Live.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Imani Butts with sports. Ball State's basketball team faces off against Bowling Green this Saturday. NewsLink Indiana's Hart Horning bounced by their practice today.
The Ball State men's basketball team will be facing off against Bowling Green this Saturday. The team currently has 14 wins and 10 losses. For a look at their greatest concern, NewsLink Indiana sat down with head coach James Whitford.
Bowling Green's got a great team, and they got a really good senior, actually a junior, Justin Turner, who's he was the runner-up player of the year last year. He's a key player for him, so it's going to be a team effort. He'll start on him, but we're going to have to do a great job on Justin in the game Saturday.
Ishmael Al-Amin, who looks to lock down the defense against Justin Turner, tells us about how the team plans to have a strong defense.
You know, just going to try to come out and do what we did on Tuesday, which was defend and do that at a high level, and you know, just offense is doing what we've been doing all year, and hopefully when the clock is over, you know, we come out with a win.
Fellow teammate Luke Bumbalo tells us a little more about starting a game with a strong defense this Saturday.
We just try to come with the right mindset, just ready to work and ready to defend. Just because our defense has been really good this year, so just keep relying on our defense and play through our defense, and don't just rely on our offense. I feel like because defense travels, so just keep playing hard and keep playing physical.
The Cardinals look to add yet another conference win in their game against Bowling Green. In Muncie, Hart Horning, NewsLink, Indiana.
They'll look to bounce back after their 6-point loss to the Falcons earlier this season, this time having a home court advantage. Ball State will start their season tomorrow as they travel to Statesboro, Georgia for their season opener. They will take on the Georgia Southern over the weekend in a 4-game series. Friday will mark the beginning of the Cardinals' 99th season as they look to make a run in the MAC while returning most of its offense from last year. Ball State returns MAC Defensive Player of the Year, Chase Stevie, who would be the difference maker this season. The Cardinals and the Eagles will start their first game on Friday evening at 6:30. Ball State softball team is traveling to Jacksonville this weekend for a doubleheader. Tomorrow, the Cardinals will face the Jacksonville Dolphins at 5 o'clock. On Saturday, the Cardinals will go head-to-head with North Florida Ospreys at 2:30, and they will close out the trip on Sunday against Alabama A&M Bulldogs at 9 in the morning. Ball State holds an all-time record of 8-5 record against the teams they play this weekend. Blackford Bruins boys swimming and diving has shattered a new record this season. The Bruins acquired their 12th win this season. This surpasses the 1995 record of 11 wins in one season. The Bruins won against the Eastern Comets 106-66. Standouts for the night were Drew Caldwell in the 200-meter medley and Carson Seahigh in the 100-meter freestyle. Next time the Bruins will be back in the pool for sectionals at Fishers High School on February 20th is set to start at 5:30.
Well, Imani, I'm really excited to see how the baseball team does in Georgia. They're starting off their season. That's exciting.
Right. They actually have one of the returners, John Baker. He was already named as a preseason All-American.
Oh my gosh, wow. So we should see some good things. Actually, speaking of Georgia, my favorite football player, Jake Fromm, is from Georgia. So I'm thinking only good things can come out of that state.
Yeah. Tell us once again what your favorite team is.
Whatever team Jake Fromm is on. And speaking of my favorite football player, Valentine's Day is tomorrow, and some are celebrating in unusual ways.
And if you're still looking for a gift for your Valentine, we've got the suggestion for you.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Can you help me?
I got it.
Thank you.
No problem.
Just like the rules to surviving Zombieland, there are steps you can take to be prepared for an emergency.
It's the right thing to do.
Talk with your family to make a plan. Look for safe areas to meet up if separated. And stock up on supplies. It's never too early to get prepared, so start now.
Right now? Right now.
You can't predict emergencies, but you can be ready.
You're welcome, America.
Visit ready.gov today to learn more.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago, in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Valentine's Day may be all about celebrating your special someone, but ladies, it's time to call your besties. Galentine's Day is all about women celebrating women. This became popular after NBC's comedy show Parks and Recreation. On the show, one of the characters went on a brunch with friends and coworkers on February 13th. Now, ladies, get ready for some deals because some places are even offering special Galentine's Day discounts.
If you're looking for a gift for your Galentines, take a look at this. Crocs and KFC are joining forces. They've created a shoe that showcases what they're both made of. The KFC X Crocs Bucket Clog has the traditional red striped bucket and fried chicken printed on the shoe. It also comes with a charm that looks and smells like chicken. This spring, you can expect to find your shoe for $59.99 for limited edition.
But for those of you who don't have a date tomorrow, you're not alone. The Milwaukee Burger Company is choosing to celebrate the brokenhearted rather than happy couples. This is hilarious. The theme is Love Stinks, Let's Drink. In order to receive discounted drinks, a lonely heart can shred a picture of their ex or enter their divorce papers into a raffle. Other specials include the third pound rebound and the you treated me like a piece of meat burger.
When now you can pair your burgers with more booze. Look at this. A bakery in New York City is selling adult cupcakes for Valentine's Day. The sweet treats are infused with alcohol and topped with booze-filled tablets. These are sure to be the highlight of any Valentine's gift in the New York area, or even as a dessert option for those broken hearts. Well, let's see how that weather is going to treat us for Valentine's Day and this weekend.
Once we make it through that frigid Valentine's Day, we reach Sunday with 37 degrees for the high. Sunday, more sunny conditions, 40 degrees. Warming up on Monday, 45 degrees, 48 on Tuesday, and then cooling down to 32 degrees in the middle of the following week.
All right, that's all for tonight on NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to join us again tomorrow at noon, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Have a great night.